Reflection is such an underrated skill. When was the last time you truly reflected on your life? Reflection allows you to think about your life, its direction, and your state within it, whether you're happy, whether you're miserable, sad, and how your environment is impacting you. So it allows you to carve out the space where you're able to determine what your life's direction is, whether you're pursuing goals, whether you're taking the wrong path, how you're feeling about your life overall. And it's such a crucial practice that needs to be done consistently to make sure you're on the path that you want to be on and you're living generatively, that is, from within you with purpose, rather than merely reacting to your environment and find yourself hopping from one path to another with no purposeful direction. I want to talk about the purpose of reflection and its hidden benefits. So one of the key things that's worth reflecting on is, what is your life's direction? Where are you heading? Are you happy with where you're heading? Do you have goals that you're pursuing that are there to serve your life and are there to fulfill you? Do you need to revise your goals? Now, it may seem like a trivial thing to focus on, but it's really not. It matters so much because the goals that you've set for yourself in life will determine what actions you take. And the actions you take will determine what consequences there are. So it comes down to the smallest thing, but it really does matter a lot. So having a time where you can regularly reflect is important. And reflection is just basically you carving out a space and time for yourself in the day or in the week, even in the month, where you can reflect and look back at what actions you're taking and whether they're serving you in your life. It could be with your personal relationships, it could be your relationships at work, it can even be just your relationship with yourself and how you assert yourself in the world. So reflection is a really, truly positive tool that can help you to be accountable so you always make the best decisions that you know are going to serve you. In order to establish goals, it helps to know what you want to do in life, and what you want to do should ideally be guided by what brings you joy. And what brings you the most joy would be based most likely on your gift or your talent to offer to the world. Now, the benefit of reflecting that's not really spoken about is the fact that you're setting yourself time away to reflect. But that's time for yourself. That's time for you to assess what stresses you might be experiencing, what thoughts are haunting you, and what you can do to manage those as best as you can. In itself, it's a form of self-compassion. It's a very compassionate exercise that you can undertake to help you to understand exactly how you're feeling and how you can feel better, how you can overcome the stresses or challenges that you might be experiencing, how you can make better decisions, how you can have better quality relationships. So for example, you might want to reflect on a recent conflict you've had, and if you struggle with knowing exactly how to process that conflict and what to do, then check out the video I did on the helicopter view, which is going to help you to really piece together the different perspectives in a difficult situation that's going to help you to make the best decision. And again, if you watch that video, that is also a form of reflection. You're reflecting and thinking back on what you've done, but you're not dwelling on it. Reflection is not about dwelling on the sadness, dwelling on the stress or those negative thoughts. It's about recognizing the thoughts, writing them down or processing them in some way in order to understand what is the solution on the other side of that. And you might reflect and find, you know what, a solution hasn't come to me, I don't know. But at the very least, you've given yourself that space and time to acknowledge how you're feeling and what you're thinking about, so that you're more consciously aware of it if it happens again, if you're experiencing that again, rather than not being aware of it and allowing it to dominate you and control you. The negative thoughts that we have is like an octopus with its tentacles. It reaches out and it grabs hold of you and it just doesn't let go. And the point of reflection is that we are removing those tentacles one by one, so we have a better grasp on how we're feeling and therefore have the better ability to make the decision that's going to serve us in the longer run. Another benefit of reflecting is it serves as a reminder that we are trying, that we are facing difficulties head on, that we are managing stress, that we're getting into conflict, but it's a reminder that we are trying our very best to understand the impact that these situations have on us, what impact our thoughts have on us, what impact stress has on us, and how we can move forward through reflection to make the best decision and make the best choices we possibly can in that moment. And reflection serves as a reminder of just how much work you're doing to increase your self awareness and make better decisions, and also help to regulate your own stress. Because that is what matters. Because we cannot get rid of stress in the world, we can't run away from it. Whether you live in the UK or US or in China, wherever you live, there's always going to be some form of stress from your environment. So it's not about getting rid of the stress, because that's next to impossible. It's about learning to be yourself and be calm despite your environment. That is what I think true strength is, and that is what I try to instill in all of my clients. The bottom line is, reflection enables you to take the time to process your life, your direction, your feelings, the very things that matter and determine your overall well-being. Reflection is such a simple and effective way to do that. There are many ways to do a reflection. It might be through meditation, where you're just sitting with your thoughts, you're acknowledging them, you're accepting them. It might be through journaling. You might write down exactly what happened in the day or in the week and try to see where that process takes you. You might want to record your voice. You might want to film a video. There are so many ways in order to reflect, and so many mediums to do it. And be creative with it. See what emerges from the other side of that creativity. Because you've recorded yourself, you get to listen back. And it's like someone else talking back to you, and you start picking things up you may not have realized had you just kept everything inside. So I encourage you, when you reflect, to please take your time, allow yourself space in the days or in the week to have that time for yourself, where you can really reflect on how you're feeling, what you're thinking. And remember, when you reflect, it's not about dwelling on your negative thoughts or negative feelings. It's about processing them in order to understand how you can feel more positive about it and what solutions there might be to counteract the stresses you're experiencing. Thanks for listening.